Although I'm not a fan of the ending of that parable, this is an excellent story considering the fact that we're in the middle of our annual stewardship renewal. And we couldn't ask for a better reading, because in this one story, we've got all three buzzwords for stewardship. There's an element of time in this story. There are talents. And of course, what talents really are to us, treasure. We think of them as coins. And when we hear this story, we should be thinking and asking ourselves two questions. What gifts do I have to offer? And how could I better use them? Use them more wisely. Before I continue, I'd like to make something perfectly clear. It is vitally important for the sake of your own happiness to know which aspect of stewardship you have the most of and which one is most important to you. Because it's one of the most soul-shrinking moments in life when your skills, strengths, and gifts are mocked and trivialized because someone else's gifts appear more valuable. Know what you have to offer and take pride in what you do have to offer. Don't worry about other people's talents. I don't suppose any of you have ever heard the word voluntourism before. It's okay if you haven't. I'm pretty sure it's not in the dictionary. It's a combination of volunteerism and tourism. And it's used to make fun of people who volunteer for the wrong reason. I heard this word just watching a clip on YouTube, and it was a comedy, but it had social commentary underneath. And this kid walks into an Africa volunteer relief organization office trying to sign up. And the guy behind the desk said, "Do you really want to help Africans? Or are you just looking for something good to put on your college transcript? Or maybe you just want to get out of America and you don't really care how you do it." Because I'll tell you what, that makes you a voluntourist. If you actually want to help Africans, don't go to Africa. Give us money. We'll take your money and then use that money to send professionals to Africa who will do way better work there than you ever could. You can imagine how offended I was hearing this, even though it's a totally fictional conversation, because I went to Africa. I actually wanted to help. I had no money to offer professionals. I don't know what a professional volunteer would be, but still, I didn't have that. And I certainly didn't have talents. I didn't have any relevant job experience. I might very well have been a voluntourist to them if they were a little on the cynical side. And I was probably a risky and weak candidate. Thankfully, all my fears didn't really come true. They did accept me. I did go and I did some good. How much good, I'll never know. But whatever good I managed, I did because I actually did have two things to offer: time and willpower. Okay? I actually had 2 years of my life I was fully ready to devote to those people. And I was determined to do what I had to do, no matter how challenging or difficult it got. Make no mistake, giving time is stewardship. It is service. In America, with our busy lives, time is a luxury. And if you can give your time to someone in need of care and attention, that can be way more valuable than anything money could buy. Do not scoff at the gift of time. Now, that said, the opposite is true too. There is a real joy and dignity in giving treasure for something that we can sometimes overlook. Now, I don't mean to brag about this, but I will. I haven't paid my phone bill in 4 years. It's awesome. Let me explain. 5 years ago, I joined seminary, and you don't get an income when you're a seminarian. You're basically a graduate student that goes to church. That's what it is to be a seminarian. You don't get paid to be in seminary. So I couldn't afford my iPhone, and I was dipping into my savings account month after month to pay for a phone that I didn't even need. So I was commiserating with a friend at his house while his mom was there, and she said, well, you know, Justin, we have a mass family plan. It would be really simple to just add another line on for you. Now, it couldn't be an iPhone. You'd need to get a flip phone, but still, it'd be no problem if you needed that help. And I thanked them, and I went back and thought about it for a month or two and decided that that would be a good thing to do, and I took them up on the offer. And every so often, I try to pay her back. I calculate how much I owe her, I write her a check, send it in the mail, and every single time she sends it back to me. She will not take my money. And recently, my friend explained to me why that is. He said, Justin, my mom doesn't see you much anymore, but she absolutely is incredibly proud of you and what you're trying to do with your life, and she's proud of your vocation. And this is her way of expressing that. It is an easy way for her to continually offer something for you, to just pay a little bit more for the family's phone bill month by month. And she makes your life a little bit easier, and in that small way, she's a part of your ministry. I thought that was actually a pretty sweet thing to say. And I know that he meant every word. Well, so giving of your money, giving of your treasure for something other than yourself can be very rewarding for people. I think of that, frankly, every time I look at my phone. And I just think of walking into that AT&T shop at the mall with Mrs. Kellner there saying, oh, here's my nephew, Justin. I am aware that I just admitted to committing a crime. Anyway, in the gospel today, the whole point that Jesus is making is that we should be using our time, talent, and treasure wisely. Because absolutely, we can waste our time, we can waste our talents, and we can certainly waste our treasure. It's not about what we have to start with. It's about what we do with what we have. And we all have something to offer. So don't be that third guy. Don't hide your talent for fear of it going to waste, because you have every opportunity here. This parish is ours, okay? It belongs to all of us. And the good that this church offers its members increases as our involvement increases. The majesty of the Mass will increase as soon as you join the choir. I'm not talking about the Masses you sing at, I'm talking about all Masses anywhere. The beauty of the Mass is clearer to you when you actually contribute to the music. Your self-esteem will increase if you serve the poor or the needy, once a month, once every 6 months, I don't know how long. But your idea of self-worth will grow as you nurture the self-worth of others. Or to keep it simple, you'll learn more about all these other people you see once a week if you want to volunteer as an usher or a greeter. And by the way, I'm talking about the simple examples. There are plenty of ways you can live out your faith and your compassion in ways that no one's ever mentioned at Mass, and it might very well count as stewardship and service. So once again, to summarize, stewardship, 3 buzzwords: time, talent, treasure. I choose to go off script and add a 4th: willpower. I tried to think of another T word, but all I could come up with was tenacity. And tenacity, I just can't help but think of a dog that won't let go of a chew toy. So let's stick with willpower today. If you can think of other T words, please let me know. Anyway, willpower is what makes stewardship real and meaningful and rewarding. because it's commitment to something other than yourself, something bigger than yourself, and it comes without the demand for reward. So wherever you are in life, I hope that you can move forward on that path to greater stewardship through the parish, because anything you have to offer the parish in terms of treasure is appreciated, and it's put to good use. Just ask any student how much they like the South Campus school building on a hot day with one fan per classroom. Now, they may not remember what a hot day feels like right now, but trust me, at the time it was miserable. And unless those of you who are 10 years old and younger are, donating your pledge cards today, those of us that are really contributing to building that new education facility, remember, we're not building it for us. We're building it for future generations. That is a worthy cause for whatever we can contribute. Besides that, your talents and your time are gifts to be shared. And the parish is an excellent resource to help you use them to better, to a greater degree. That said, I wish you all the very best of luck in that endeavor, because it's a process that involves each and every one of us.